right, welcome everybody. We are here with the BS3 post Super Bowl show. Now I know you're probably wondering where is the BS in BS3. So right now Ben is busy trying to find a VCR so he can watch the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. So he put me in charge, and also he's trying to get more female viewers. So he thought, let me put her in the video. So with me, we got my man Courtney Harden, and got to give it up to a man Hygh, whose Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. All right, Al. he's already got the hat and everything.
Look, yeah, I got the Christmas edition right here. This is my Christmas gift. You know,
okay.
So I haven't got the championship merchandise.
Right.
I'm gonna order that because I'm not waiting in line for that stuff. So,
all right, so what's your Super Bowl championship merchandise budget?
Man, sure, I'm trying to keep it at $40.
Okay.
But it's gonna probably be really about $75 if you try to get a shirt, a hat, and then I still wanted to get AFC championship merchandise as well. So it's gonna be a little bit.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna get it though. Hopefully I'll get it before the parade. That's the goal.
All right, Courtney. So how are you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. You know, watch that Super Bowl. It's good, great Super Bowl actually. And I'll tell you this, Al. When the Eagles won, I tried to keep that budget under 2, but it was way too hard, man, to keep it under 40. You might get a cup. You might get a cup or glass. That's about it.
Hey, wow. I went up like, I don't know, a few days after the Super Bowl and stayed until I think that Sunday. I was in Philly, and every day, like the street vendors' shirts got so I bought some Super Bowl championship stuff, but it wasn't exactly licensed by the NFL. So
Me too. Yep. I bought the NFL stuff. Yep.
I want the real stuff. That's why I was like, well, I'm gonna just hold off for a little bit, maybe until the prices go down, and I'm on a budget, but it is what it is. So,
all right. So, well, let me remind everybody. Please go to BS3radio.com, BS3radio.com, and give us a 5-star rating. Also, make sure you're following us on Twitter at BS3Radio. And on there, you can see how you can win gift cards, okay? So, Courtney, real quick, you give everybody your Twitter handle and tell them about your show.
Yes, you can follow me on Twitter at Courtney110979. Also, you can follow the show at Get the Real Deal on Twitter. Just had a show Saturday, so did the Super Bowl preview, did a little bit of Kobe Bryant as well, so check that out.
All right, Al, what's your Twitter handle, and tell them about what's going on in the Casual Highlight.
All right, so Twitter handle is Al Hygh, last name is spelled Hygh for the Twitter. Find me on Facebook, Al Hygh, Instagram, Al Hygh14. I'm also Instagram, the Casual Highlight, Casual_highlight. And this past Saturday, the majority of the show was more about Kobe Bryant and taking lessons from his life and how to create a highlight in your life, in your daily life, and leaving a legacy, because everybody has a highlight that they're creating. And so I left, check it out, gave 5 points, and did a little bit about the Super Bowl, but the majority of the show was about Kobe.
Okay. All right. And of course, I'm the host of Kane and Ice, Eagles versus everybody. So make sure you check us out on Twitter, Kane, CANE_Ice, ICE. Got a lot of great stuff there. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. So let's get into it. Of course, last night, great game. Chiefs come out on top. Another double-digit deficit, another comeback. Seems to be their formula. So I'm just gonna ask you guys a couple questions, and you know, give me some quick answers. So first, what one or two plays, and we'll start with you, Courtney. What one or two plays do you think were pivotal in last night's game?
The first one I think was real pivotal was when they were down in the fourth quarter and Kansas City just scored and it was 20-17.
Mm-hmm.
And San Francisco had the ball, and I was like, okay, if they can just run this football, which we know Shanahan does not like to do, and if they would have just kept running the football, at least attempt to run. They got one run on that, and then they try to pass the ball, and it just didn't work out. And I knew, like, okay, she's going to get the ball back. They're going to score. They get the lead. They win. And that's what happened. So that was one pivotal, I think, moment of the game. I think the other pivotal moment when it was right before halftime and the 49ers got the ball again, and they just wasted so much time. And it was almost like they didn't want to score. It's almost like Shanahan didn't trust Garoppolo to even make a play. So they kind of just wasted more time. And then they hit a big play, and then you had the George Kittle, they say controversial pass interference, but it was pass interference to me.
Yeah.
He extended the arm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those two key plays was very pivotal because the Chiefs, I knew once they were down by 10, I was like, this lead is not, there's no lead that they can't come back from. We've seen it. So I think those are the couple key plays that got them to win the Super Bowl.
What about you, Al?
I'm going to take it to the fourth quarter, and we were down 20-10, and it was about, I think, 3rd and 15, and Patrick finally threw the ball long and hit Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah.
That was huge. And then once they got into that hurry up mode, and they got in the end zone, and they scored with Travis Kelce in the next play, that's the momentum that they needed. And it's like once Kansas City scores on offense, that fuels your defense up. And so the defense was fired up, ready to get back out there, and they forced San Francisco, I believe it was a 3-and-out, and then the Chiefs got the ball back again, and they scored that play. And then toward halftime, this is when people might not say it's not significant, but I'll agree with you with Courtney on this, was the time that they wasted. And then when they finally hit George Kittle for a big game, it comes back as an offensive pass interference. Now, if we look if we go back to the NFC wildcard game with the Vikings and the Saints, Kyle Rudolph, if I'm not mistaken, he did the same thing on the Saints DB, and they never called that penalty. So I believe part of it is we need more consistency with officials. If you're going to call it in one game, not the other game, you need to be on the same page. And literally, yes, he had his hand out on the cornerback, but we need just consistency throughout the league when it comes to calls.
Right. And I think, to Courtney's point, it was pass interference. I think the only controversial piece about it is we see that so much, and it doesn't get called.
Mm-hmm.
But, not only did he extend the arm, but he also kind of gripped, like, the shoulder pad a little bit, too,
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're looking at slow motion, but, I don't know how much they saw in real time. But, it was pass interference. If you look at the textbook, that was a penalty. So I didn't have a problem with the call at all, to be honest with you. All right, so let's get on. Next question is, did the 49ers keep Deebo Samuel in the locker room in the second half? Or it was like the only thing they had working, and they just stopped doing it. I can't figure that out.
Right. I think they did. They got away from what was working. Like,
right.
Running the football, that's their formula. Now, we knew, like, before, Jimmy G would have to pass more than 8 times, so we knew this. Yeah. And they were getting a lot of chunk yards. They was making plays, and he was the play action pass. I think at one point he was 18 for 20 or something like that, and the play action pass. So it was working. Whatever formula it was working. So, like I said, when they got the lead 20-10, and they got the ball back 2017, they needed one score, and they didn't look for Deebo Samuel at all. Like they just never did. So I think that's going to come back to haunt them really bad. So I think that was a bad play call, and that goes back to Shanahan going back to the Atlanta days when he was offensive coordinator. It goes back to that. Like I mean, it bring. I don't like to bring it up, but it's the truth. And this guy just. I don't know. I think some of these coaches just get ahead of themselves, and they want to look like, oh, we can outsmart everybody. But you got Andy Reid on the other side too. You got Patrick Mahomes on the other side. You got to control the football. You got to Deebo Samuel should have been running the football again, trick play, whatever. You make it happen, and they just didn't do it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't know what was going on. They had taken the foot off the pedal offensively. Now San Francisco does have a good defense. And we, all of us on here, respect the 49ers defense. But this is the Kansas City Chiefs offense right now. And if you're trying to keep them off the field, you have to control the clock. And everybody knows that one of the weak points of our defense is when you run the ball on us on first and second down. There was times when the ball was ran on the edges, how San Francisco was getting chunk yards. Not just with Deebo Samuel, but you had a burst of Tevin Coleman. You had Mustard in there running. And so just the consistency, they could have ran the clock out and at 20-17. But they didn't. Sometimes the coaches outsmart themselves and they shoot themselves in the foot. So
all right. So last question about the game is and we'll start with you this time, Al. Were you fine with Mahomes being the MVP, or do you think somebody else deserved it?
I thought it was Damian Williams. On my Facebook, I was surprised Damian Williams did not get it because how he ran the ball on the 49ers. And now, he had the extra touchdown at the end to really ice the game. He could have even slid and ran the clock out. But he received the touchdown. He rushed the touchdown, 17 attempts, 100 and some odd yards.
He converted third downs too by making people miss.
Juking people. Yeah. And I've been telling people since Kareem Hunt left last year, I said Damian Williams is a sleeper. I said we can't. Kareem Hunt was good, but Damian Williams is coming, and he showed up. And we could say, well, Patrick, ran some tough yards, but Damian Williams deserves some of that MVP trophy. It's not all Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah, he put in some work. Like I said, when you make somebody miss on the sideline, that's a hard thing to do.
It's a hard thing to do.
Because the sideline's really like an extra defender. What do you think, Courtney?
I thought it was Patrick Mahomes. I think they got it right. I agree. Damian Williams had that. He had an unbelievable game. He kept him in it, but I think it was Mahomes making those plays, getting outside of the pocket.
Some key runs.
The key runs, and plus he got the first touchdown. They had their first touchdown run, and then in the fourth quarter, he just put the team on his back. Now one of them went to Damian Williams, and the other went to Travis Kelce. So, but those plays, like you said, they had that long pass. He had a couple long passes, and it was just he made a big chunk plays, and I just think that he did enough. 286 yards passing. He had the 2 touchdowns, and that was all in the fourth quarter. The touchdown passes. So I just think you had to give it to Mahomes, even though because he was shut out the first 3 quarters, just had the running touchdown, but then just made play after play after play. I think it could have went either way, but I'm not mad at giving it to Mahomes.
Yeah. Well, we know Head and Shoulders is happy.
Right.
Which commercial was your favorite? We'll start with you, Al.
I really enjoyed the Amazon commercial with Ellen DeGeneres and how they went into the history of Alexa and what was Alexa doing and the type of questions and the type of answers that were coming back.
I must have been arguing with somebody at that point. I go online and find that. Okay, what about you, Courtney?
Oh, man. Some of the commercials were pretty bad, but I guess one of my favorite commercials, well, I always like the movie ones. They had the Marvel, the Black Widow. They had the 007. They had that one. So they you know, the Fast and Furious 9. Those were some of my favorite commercials from that. But if I had to pick like a commercial, man, I just didn't. I just wasn't feeling them. I don't know. Maybe just the movie commercials that got to me.
The J-Lo.
The Tom Brady. Tom Brady. I did like that one because he tricked everybody. You know, that you know, he was walking in the locker room. People was like, well, where's he going? What's going to happen? You know, they put it on. He just put this decrypted Twitter message, and I was like, it's probably gonna be for Under Armour or something like that.
Right.
And then it, you know, it was a commercial. It was like, no, this is a commercial. It's just a commercial. Now it's nothing. Don't look too much into it. So I thought that was my favorite. He tricked everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I like the J-Lo commercial, you know, because it felt like a movie, right, or a movie trailer.
Yeah, that was good too.
That was a good one.
That Porsche commercial was cool, but I had seen that online before, and actually a longer version, which is even better than what you saw on TV. So you get a chance, check that out online. That's a good ad.
I like the one too with David Ortiz. And everybody was talking with the accent.
Oh yes.
It was
man, I missed that one too. Okay,
I gotta stop. The Hyundai commercial, and everybody had that East Coast Boston accent. That was hilarious.
Because it had Captain America in it too, Chris Evans. That was I forgot about that. That was a funny one. Yeah, I like that.
All right, I gotta go online. All right, so we appreciate everybody watching. Please make sure you go to BS3 Radio. Like I said, leave us a 5-star rating, but also click on some shows and listen, all right? Enjoy, share with your friends, share this video with your friends, family, and make sure you check out Al and Courtney, Casual Highlight, and The Real Deal with Courtney. All right, so make sure you check out those shows every week, okay? And share it with your friends, your family, help us grow. And like I said, you know, leave us those ratings. And give this video a thumbs up, all right? We appreciate everybody. Hey, fellas, y'all have a good one, all right?
And all right, man. Thanks a lot.
Be on the other side.
Have a great week, man. See you.
Mamba out.